the Crappie Box. It says share the thump, get your thump on. Crappie is one of my favorites to fish for. I just really like crappie. They're one of my favorite foods, one of my favorite fish to eat. Walleye being my favorite fish to fish for. Crappie is probably my second favorite. Now, I thought about getting, I've thought about getting either a Lucky Tackle box or a Mystery Tackle box, panfish box, but panfish, panfish, bluegills and stuff. I wanted to try this because I thought if it's more geared towards the crappie itself, it might be more up my alley, rather than getting some stuff. Some of the bluegill stuff and sunfish stuff is more for ice fishing, and I have already so much ice fishing stuff already, so I thought I'd try the crappie box. So let's go through, shall we? We have a card, and it shows everything that's in here. Nothing in here really stands out. It ain't like the Lucky Tackle box or the Mystery Tackle Box Pro, where you get where you get a big ticket item that's worth almost the price of the box itself. But there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 items in here, so that's pretty good. I mean, that's a lot of things. The most expensive thing though is $5.99. It's a Shoreline Marine bottle koozie for like a beer bottle, water bottle, and then it's got a lanyard hang around your neck or whatever. You put your bottle in there and then tighten it up. So I mean, it's cool, but this is something that should have came. I don't know. I mean, it's cool, but I would rather just get tackle and the fishing tackle and stuff. Next thing is Lil Rippers Z Spoon. That's this one. Well, it says trout on here. But I mean, imagine it would work for many species. It kind of has, it's a spoon, obviously. But it has some holes on the bottom, and I imagine that's for water deflection, because the spoon is the way that it's shaped like this, and then you get the holes in there, so it's gonna kind of spin, but then the holes are gonna create a little bit of a noise, kind of like blowing into a bottle. It's gonna create that kind of a whistling noise, but you won't hear it for the human ears, but the fish will hear it. So and that's $4.19. This is $5.99, by the way. So for a big ticket item, for a $6 item, yeah, it's cool, but I would rather just have $6 in tackle. That's kind of what I wanted. I have a lot of walleye tackle, and I have a lot of bass and trout tackle, but the crappie stuff was something I noticed going in later in the season, that some of my crappie fishing stuff was dwindling down quite a bit. So that's kind of why I signed up for this, is to get some of that back up. So I mean, there's this lure. It's a spoon. I really you have to excuse me. I really don't use a lot of spoons like this, but maybe I'll give it a try. Next on the list is Lake Lunkers. That's these. Now these I like. I mean, they're just little grubs. They smell anisey. with just a slight hint of garlic. They're really juicy, really slimy, but they're perfect size. I mean, they're small. I personally, my favorite color is white. When I'm crappie fishing, I just love the white grubs. The white, and you can get some that are like white and pink or white and purple. Them are some of my favorites. But these are perfect size and they'll work well. This is the kind of stuff that, you know, I use this grub and then I'll put just a chunk of a worm on there, just a small little chunk, and it's just absolutely phenomenal. I love them. I like these a lot. These are $3.99. So I'm kind of going out of order. Same, what? Slater's jigs. Is that, must be this. Blue on blue, number 4. Yeah, blue on blue. This is nice. If you don't, it's got kind of the rooster tail with some long glitter. You can see, I don't know if you can see the glitter come up around there. It's kind of like a how would I say that? Like a Christmas, like stringers that you put on like a Christmas tree. You know, it's, yeah. Anyway, this is a nice jig. I like this. I mean, I'll use this. Put a chunk of a worm on there. Dynamite. Love it. And that one is $1.39, and that's about it. You know, that's good pricing. I mean, if I was in a bait store, I'd spend $1.39 on this. Next one is it's the same thing. It's Cream King of Baits, cream lures. It's the same thing, panfish baits. Let's go ahead and take a look. Hey, they're little shads, it looks like. 1 1/4 inch shads. So they're kind of like the curly tail, you know, the smaller size, but the shads they got the paddle tail swim bait. So for casting and retrieving, you're going to get this to swim. And it's perfect size for crappie fishing. I mean, these are just perfect crappie size. And they just have like a rubber smell, you know, they don't have any type of bite juice or garlic or anything on them. And them are 99 cents. 99 cents. I mean, I would spend $1 on them just to try them. Next we have the Apex Curly Tail Grubs. These are $1.79. I have some of these already. Some of the same brand, same size, everything. But the problem with these are too big for crappie. These are perfect size for walleye fishing. I mean, they're the size of my fingers. These are perfect size for walleye fishing. I suppose you could maybe you could use them for crappie fishing, and I'm sure you would catch one. But these are 3-inch grubs, perfect for walleye fishing. You know, I have the same brand, same color, same everything already in a bag in my boat, so I'll just add these to that bag, and I'll just, you know, have more of them. But I'll use these. You know, I use them already. Next we have more Apex. We have, oh, these were $1.79, by the way. Next we have more Apex. These are kind of like the Roadrunners in that they have a spinner on the bottom, and these are actually perfect size for these. I mean, they probably sent these together. See how they're just, you know, perfect size for these. And then you want to get your curly tail so it's turned down like that, and then jig it from the boat. But anyway, you get the like the Roadrunner has the spinner blade on the bottom. This one also has a blade on the bottom, and this one, they're not so easy to take these off. But there's a brand out there that has a quick clip for this, and you can take it off and take it on real easy. Because if it's a more aggressive bite, these are going to work well with these blades on the bottom. But if it's a more subtle bite, storm fronts or cold fronts coming in, or you know, that just different parts of the season, these are not going to work so well. But these two matched together are going to be phenomenal for walleye fishing. And you know, you'll just run it through, push that up there, and there you have it. You know, I mean, that's going to be phenomenal walleye lure. It came in a crappie box, but it, you know, you can catch crappies on it, but it's just a little bit of a too big a hook for what I would use for crappies. You know, it's quarter-ounce jigs. You know, I would use smaller profile, and if I did use a spinner, I'd use smaller profile blades on there as well for crappie. But these are nice. I mean, I will most definitely be using these hooks and these grubs. And then these hooks were $2.99. $2.99. And then we have one more Apex. Yeah, one more Apex 1-inch shad. Ooh, I like these. These are they're orange and black, but they're kind of the same concept of these shad, just a different color. You're gonna use them on a small profiled hook, and just run it through. You're gonna want the hook to come out about mid back and up, but you don't want a big hook so that it's, you know, you just want a small profile, little jig head. Cast them out, you get that paddle tail working. Now these are going to work really good on dark days. Black and blue are the colors that you see, that the fish can see the deepest down. I don't know if I don't know if I lost you on that. Certain colors work at certain depths best, and because of the sunlight, the oranges and the brighter colors are going to work better at a top water to 5 feet. When you start getting to 30 and 40 feet, the orange, it makes it so hard to see, but the black makes it really easy to see. So when the crappies are suspended at like 18 to 20 feet, the darker colors are going to be a lot better. And you know, you just cast it out with a jig head and a weight, let it sink to the bottom, and then just start retrieving it and jigging it back up and real slowly working that. And these are going to work real good for that. So in recap, we have the Apex jigs, the Apex shad, the Lake Lunkers curly tails, we got the Apex curly tails, we got the little rippers, we got the 1 1/4 or 1.5 inch little shads, same thing. It's the same thing, panfish baits. That's pretty funny. I don't know why, but I find it funny. We got a little jig head. You know, and then we get the bottle holder. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 items. Like it says, yeah, 8 items for $15. The Crappie Box is $15. From what I've seen, they don't have any upgraded box or Crappie Box Pro or anything, you know. So for the items here, I don't know what they're all added up to be, but I can add them up, you know, later. Um, but it looks like it's over $15. But I like what I see. You know, the only thing that I would say is these. I wish they were a different color. And I'm sure that they did send some. I'm sure there's other people out there that got a different color. But to send, well, these got a hint of black, but they got the chartreuse as well. But to send 3 items all the same color, these are basically like, you know, the curly tail lake lunkers and the apex. They're basically the same thing, just different colors. These ones got black specks. These ones got silver specks in them. I guess there is a little bit of black in a few of them, but you know, but they're just different sizes, but the same color. So if these were white, I would say that this box was an awesome box. I'm really happy with what was in there for $15. I would just like to see these be white. These size, for this size in white, this is what I would have used the most, because this is what I use the most, is this size in white for crappie fishing. But for $15, it's a nice box, and it helps replenish some of, and then I got something like this here I can give to someone for a Christmas present. But it helps replenish some of the crappie lures that I've been missing, or that I've lost or used or wore out. So that's kind of what I was going for.